students. Yesterday was a day of remembrance. Every year on September 11th, we reflect, we remember, and we educate about the nearly 3,000 people who lost their lives on that day. Seniors, please raise your hands. Seniors, you were born the year that 9/11 happened. America changed forever the year that you were born. Our country quickly became a place, a very different place. We were numb, we were grieved, we were scared. I remember asking myself many times, I wonder where the next attack will take place. There had never been an attack like this on our country in our lifetime. The United States was essentially frozen on 9/11. Flights were all grounded, subways and trains shut down. As civilians, we were stuck in shock. We did not know what to do. I remember watching the television from my classroom. All the news media thought the first plane hitting the tower had been an accident. We all thought that we were watching a terribly sad story unfold. But when the second plane hit, news reports came out telling a very different story. And then we heard about the third and the fourth planes. I promise you, more than any day in modern history, this is the day that Americans remember the most. You've all heard the stories about 9/11 many times. So today, I want to focus on the following day, the day after September the 11th. When we woke up on the morning of September 12th, we lived in a very different world than it had been like the previous morning. As we awoke on September 12th, we started hearing stories of heroes. We heard of firefighters and law enforcement running towards the burning towers. We heard about medical staff working in extreme conditions to save lives. We heard about individuals who overpowered terrorists and stopped one of the planes from reaching its intended target. We began to see videos of heroes. We all remember the image of the flag flying in the middle of the chaos, and somehow that flag brought us hope. As September 12th played out, we were glued to our televisions, and we found out that 343 firefighters and 60 police officers had lost their lives. I encourage you, if you didn't yesterday, do this today. Ask your teachers, your parents, your aunts, uncles, grandparents. Ask them about our country after September 11th. Out of the fear, anger, grief, and shock rose patriotism. Political affiliation didn't seem so important anymore. Democrat, Republican, Libertarian, it didn't really matter. We were all Americans. It didn't matter what church you attended. We were proud to be Americans. That's what united all of us. So today I want to encourage you to talk to the adults in your lives. They will remember the patriotism that was present on September 12th and the days following. They will remember seeing pictures of firefighters and the raised American flag in the middle of Ground Zero. They will remember flags flying in their own yards and seeing their neighbors doing the same. They will remember that people started communicating about the love of country. They will remember our heroes. Today, we want to remember not only the events of 9/11, but we also want to remember what happened as a result. So here's my encouragement to you. Be a patriot. When our flag is flown, show respect. That every Friday night at a ball game, there are young kids that are running around while that flag is flown and the national anthem played. And they're watching you. Teach them well. The flag represents so many people who did just like those 400 first responders. They ran towards danger to keep us safe. So I encourage you to take time to thank our first responders. Thank our military. Thank people in your life who keep you safe. Today, as part of our ceremony, we have invited representatives from law enforcement, firefighters, and EMTs to be here just so that we can say thank you on behalf of the many first responders that serve our country, but also in reverent respect of the nearly 400 first responders who lost their lives on that day. If you will look down to the north end zone, we have representatives from these offices. At this time, let's please give a big round of applause to our first responders. Students, at this time, please remove your hats and stand quietly as taps is played in memory of the lives lost on 9/11, followed by a moment of silence. Following the moment of silence, one of our students will sing the national anthem. Thank you. And now, in a moment of celebration, we listen to the national anthem.